Welcome to the next episode of Book Readers Talks. We are going to talk to a very young boy today, Saksham Kulkarni, who is studying in the ninth standard. He is a keen reader of books, and of late he has started a book club too. So let us talk to him and understand his passion for books. Welcome to the show, Saksham.
Good evening. Thank you.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine.
So I would like to start by asking you about your love for reading. So how did it all start?
So actually, I think I was in second or third standard where I used to read
Mhm.
the comic books of I think
Mhm.
Tinkle. I think it was quite famous at that time.
Mhm.
I like to read those books right now also. So,
Okay.
but I didn't have much interest that time.
Mm.
Then I take a big break between, and after that, I in sixth standard I read a book named The Grandma's Bag of Stories. Yes, written by Sudha Murthy. I read
Mhm.
it. My mother suggested to read it at least once. So I read.
Mhm.
There are n number of stories in it, and
Mhm.
I don't know, but I just got interest while reading the book. So after completing this book, I searched more similar book to this, and I got
Mhm.
the grandparents bag of stories. Right now I don't have it, but yeah, I
Okay.
read that also. Then slowly I started with the books of mythology. Then I came
Okay.
to the Hidden Hindu, which is very
Hmm.
famous right now in India, written by
Okay.
author Akshat Gupta.
Okay.
When I started to read the Hidden Hindu, I got interest in
Mhm.
reading the mythology and trilogy. So I
Oh,
read
okay. Mhm.
Samsara also. I think it's also famous,
Mhm.
written by Saksham.
Okay.
And
Right.
after that, I slowly started like to read from sixth standard. Now it's
Mhm.
been 3 years for my reading.
Mhm. Okay. So, do you also visit your school library? Do they have
So
books?
there's no means there is a school library, but it is often
Mhm.
closed. So there is
Okay.
e-library. I mean the digital, which we can access it from the phone.
Acha. Okay. It's your mother who has encouraged you and inspired you to read,
Yes.
right? Great. Tinkle is the book which
From
inspired you for reading.
yes.
So, do you remember any characters from Tinkle? Can you mention a
My
few?
favorite character I used to read was
What
Supandi.
genres of books do you enjoy most?
Actually, I like to study the story-based books. They are
Mhm.
sweet and they have some suspense, etc. And
Mhm.
actually, I read the most of the books at night because
Okay.
right now I'm in ninth standard, as you said. So I go to school at 6:30 and come at 3. So after that, I study, go to play. Then I get time to read the book at night. So,
Okay.
and the next throughout the day, I am excited for what will happen in the story next. I also like to
Um,
read the books of mythology. Actually, in December 2023, I bought the
Mhm.
book Hidden Hindu. After that, I
Mhm.
just got interest in it and I started to reading the books of mythology. I also started to read the books of
Mhm.
mythology by Sudhamurti. That also inspired me to read the other books like
Mhm.
just I said Samsara.
What role do books play in your life? Like we discussed just now, like a stress buster, of course. But other than that,
Like in the if I talk, it gives me relaxation.
mhm.
If I'm bored, I read the book, and as I said that I come at 3, so I'm able to read at night. And the
Okay.
other perspective, if I say, then the education is
Mhm.
helping me. I mean, it is helping
Okay.
in my education. Right now, I'm in ninth standard.
Okay.
So, the book reading will surely help me in coming years, 10th or future.
Mhm.
Now
Okay.
I have started to read the books in Marathi and Hindi also, which will help me in the exams, and it
Mhm.
will improve my writing and speaking skills also.
Okay. Oh, that's
The
nice.
book, I think, the books are the best way to improve your language in which you want
Mhm.
to improve,
Okay.
and it will surely help me in future.
Certainly. Which books have you chosen today to talk about?
I have chosen to speak about the magic of the lost
Mhm.
temple. Uh,
Okay. Nice.
because it contains many situations that help me out.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
actually, for example, if I give in the book, more attention is given to the grandparents. And I felt,
Hmm.
after reading the book, I felt sad that I don't even pay attention to my grandparents, change in my behavior in physical life.
That's interesting. Okay.
Means change in my behavior in physical life.
That's
And
in, so is it a collection of stories or is it a novel? Can you tell us?
like if I say there the magic of the lost temple means the
Hmm.
character visits its grandparent and she found out a temple like structure, and the story
Okay.
is entirely, I mean the book is entirely based on one story.
I see. Okay. So it's a one story book kind of, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. So can you share the plot a little bit? Can you tell us about
Yes.
the characters also?
So if I start, there is a first character named Anushka, which is 11
Mhm.
12 years old. Her
Okay.
parents decide her to send to the her grandparents village due to her
Mhm.
parents official work, and even she was having summer holidays of 6 to 7 weeks.
Okay.
So she
Mhm.
visit her grandparents, and in the village, the I mean they live like her grandfather Ajja, grandmother Ajji, and Mahadeva,
Okay.
whose mother worked
Mhm.
at Ajji's house. So,
I see. Mhm.
and the grandparents live a pure village life, means there is no source
Mhm.
of entertainment like the TV or digital
Mhm.
like structure.
Acha, okay. Mhm.
So when she visits, she used to go
Mhm.
to picnics. Her friends also means
Her friends used to visit her.
yes, her friends also used to visit her, and she learned
Okay.
to ride the cycle without the protecting gears. In city, she
Oh,
used to ride
that's
with
nice.
protecting
Yes.
gears, and
Okay.
but there she learned to ride the cycle. After that, she used to
Mm-hmm.
go for the picnics nearest river from there. Oh, sorry, I think
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to tell the name of the village. The name of the village is Somanahalli, south side.
Okay. From the south. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
And she
So I
visited,
think she's from a city and now living in a village. That's
yes.
nice. Mhm.
And she also saw how a delivery is given to a cow. That was also
Oh,
one
okay.
of the, means, best topic I read from that book.
Okay. Interesting. Yes.
Just like one day, she visited a
Mhm.
jungle, and while
Okay.
walking past, her leg got stuck in a pit. And
Hmm.
a small pit, actually, as expected, it was not as small as expected. She dug
Hmm.
in and found out it was a well, but
Hmm.
a step well, you can say. A step well means the uh, well where bath,
Hmm.
holy bath is taken. So
Oh, okay. Hmm.
she gone back to village and told her grandparents what had happened with her.
Hmm.
And her friends were witness to it. uh, After that, her grandparents called an excavation team and excavated it to find out to be a step well. All the
Oh,
villagers
okay.
of the
Hmm.
village were proud of her, and
Hmm.
after that, in these activities, her summer holidays got end, and she returned back to city.
Okay. Back to a normal life.
Yes.
Mhm. Right.
Actually, after
Mhm.
reading the book,
Hmm.
I try to call my grandparents on regular basis, and I've
Hmm.
decided to meet them twice a year at least.
Oh, okay. Are there any more books you have read of Sudha Murthy?
Sudhamurti, yes, Wise and Otherwise, and
Acha.
3000 Stitches.
Saksham, you were going to talk about one more book, right? So
Yes,
can you tell us about it?
yes. I was going to talk about the Hidden Hindu, Akshat Gupta, written by Akshat Gupta. I
Okay.
want to tell a small story that I recently visited an event in which
Mhm.
Akshat Gupta had to come. He was
Mhm.
publishing Hidden Hindu in
Mhm.
Marathi. So he had a small
Oh.
interview there. I visited him, and I think one more book, Naga Warriors, right? Recently it was published by, and I got a sign
Okay.
from him on that book also.
Very
So
nice.
after meeting him, he told
Mhm.
some stories that he had put in his book. So like if
Mhm.
I give a small description, that the like today's generation don't know much
Mhm.
about the history of Hindu mythology. to give them information about the Hindu mythology. Instead of taking our generation back into the history, he brought the history into the future generation.
Oh, is it? Okay. Very
Like,
good. Mm-hmm.
I think you have heard of Seven Immortals.
Yes.
Yeah,
Meluha.
he,
Yes.
I mean, he didn't wrote in the book that there were seven immortals from where from their rise. He brought the
Mm-hmm.
seven immortals in 2020 and make them use the modern weapons or modern techniques.
Okay. So that is more relatable to your generation then, right?
Yes, and
Very.
it is one of my
Mhm.
favorite book which I've read till now, and it was my
Okay.
great decision to read a book of Akshat Gupta. It was
You are happy
suggested
about.
it was
Mhm.
suggested by my father to read it.
Oh,
Saw
okay.
the reels on social media of the Akshat Gupta. Then he suggested to
Okay.
read it.
Is this The Hidden Hindu? Is it a trilogy or is it a single book? How is it?
Trilogy. It's there are three parts of
Okay.
it.
Okay. Okay. Can you tell us more about it? All the three parts,
Yes.
one by one? Yeah.
Yes. The first part
Okay.
contains a character named Om who claims
Hmm.
that he has seen all the four yugas, Satyug, Treta
Oh,
Yug,
okay.
Dwapar Yug, and Kali Yug. Like, I mean, right
Okay.
now he's in Kali Yug, according to book.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
he is in a scientific lab where scientists try to research him if he is saying truth or he is telling
Hmm.
lie. And
Hmm.
as so, after finding
Hmm.
out in the end scene of the book,
Hmm.
those two
Hmm.
immortals of the seven, Parshurama and Ashwadama, came to
Hmm.
help him, or I mean, uh,
Hmm.
according to Om, he was not able to be found by any of the researcher or any of
Okay.
the one. So,
Hmm.
but by mistakenly he got found out. So
Hmm.
after that, Ashwatthama and Parshurama try to help him and make it out from the scientific lab. And his enemy,
Hmm.
the villain, you can say,
Hmm.
Nagendra.
Hmm.
His name is Nagendra.
Okay.
Uh, i- this was the first chapter in which the characters were introduced, you can say. Then in
Hmm.
second chapter, all the scientists who were researching him were dead
Hmm.
because Nagendra had killed them to clear the proof of the Om. I mean the
Okay.
character. In the second book, there are three
Hmm.
more immortals were introduced. In the
Okay.
last book, the remaining
Hmm.
two immortals are introduced, and
Okay.
Nagendra need to acquire the last word. Uh,
Hmm.
After that, yeah, that is mentioned that a gate of fire will be open in which
Hmm.
something is there and Nagendra want to acquire it and Om will
Hmm.
stop. And in the third book we get to know that Nagendra and Om, the main character,
Hmm.
are one. Means they are not
Oh,
split.
okay.
We can't say that it's split personality, but if we see the story,
Hmm.
Om didn't remember his past life,
Hmm.
but while
Hmm.
fighting Nagendra, Nagendra's blood
Hmm.
got uh, in Om's mouth, and he remembered all his
Oh.
past.
Oh, okay. That way.
And according to past, Om was revived by um the god of medicine.
Hmm.
Sorry, revived by the both, and after
Okay.
that, Nagendra became his enemy
Hmm.
from that day. And
Hmm.
Nagendra also claimed to see both four yugs, but
Hmm.
Nagendra was having limited life. He was going to end in Kali Yuga, but
Okay.
in the third book he becomes the immortal. And the main villain,
Hmm.
upper than the Nagendra, was Shukracharya, the guru of the
Ah.
Rakshasas.
Oh, yes. Okay.
After that, I have to read
Nice.
two to three topics.
Hmm.
I'm remaining it.
Okay. So, how did you find the language of Akshat Gupta? Is it simple or is it very literary or heavy?
It's like medium, you can say. Some words I
Okay.
don't understand, but it is
Hmm.
easy to understand for a
Hmm.
beginner of book reading.
I see. Okay, that's good.
It
Yes.
actually motivated to read the books, other books of mythology.
Okay. So, which other books are you planning to read now?
Uh, I am reading right now, as I said, Samsara. The reason of
Hmm.
reading behind it is the I got motivated to read the books of mythology, and
Hmm.
Samsara
Hmm.
has mythology, but it's a partial, like uh,
Huh.
not much, but yeah, it's there. So
Okay.
Samsara,
Who is the author of Sansara?
Saksham Garg, and the yes, second reading
Saksham.
of it that the
Huh.
author's name is also Saksham. So
Oh,
and
yes,
my
of course. Yes. So Sansara is a trilogy again or a single book?
single book it is, and not trilogy.
Okay, okay. Yes, good. Then happy reading. From Akshat Gupta's book and Sudha Murthy's book, did you find any lines interesting? And do you have a habit of writing it down somewhere? Or do you just underline them in the book?
No, actually, I don't even underline or I don't write, but I know
Mhm.
two lines from the book I mentioned
Mhm.
right now, The Magic of the Lost
Okay,
Temple.
sure.
Uh, I mean, it's like a quote you can say. The cuckoo
Mhm.
never try to dance, and a peacock should never try to sing. It
Nice. Yes.
means they should not pass their limits to do anything that is not able to
Mhm.
do. The main motive of this
Right.
quote is to say that we have to not cross our limits. We have to do the things in
Mhm.
our limit. Uh, Vision without action is
Mhm.
merely a dream, and
Huh.
action without vision is merely passing time. And vision and action
Oh,
both can change the world.
oh, nice. It's such a important sentence, isn't it?
Yes,
Great. So this is from Sudha Murthy's books, right?
yes, Sudhamurthy's book.
Good. So you had a chance to meet Akshat Gupta, I think, in Pune. So please
Yes,
tell us about it.
he was actually he had to publish Marathi books. I mean, the Hidden
Mhm.
Hindu in Marathi language. So he had a small
Mhm.
interview. Then he shared his thoughts about Hidden Hindu, why he
Mhm.
wrote the book. And he actually, I mentioned that he means the seven immortals are bringing in the future generation. He only told
Mhm.
that to make this generation know about the hidden. I mean, sorry, Hindu mythology. He made the seven
Mhm.
immortals to
Mhm.
bring them in the future generation to instead
Oh,
of
okay.
making the book readers to in means going back into
Mhm.
history. And I
Right.
think most of the people don't like to read the history, it's boring. So
Mhm.
he also
Yes.
mentioned that.
Uh-huh.
Then after that he told about why he wrote the book Naga Warriors. It's the book, it's
Mhm.
the war of the Gokul. I have not read
Mhm.
it,
Okay.
but uh, there mentioned that it is the uh,
Mhm.
I mean, the war of the Gokul. Actually, before meeting him, I
Mhm.
messaged him. I mean, Akshat Gupta. I messaged him
Mhm.
on social media that I am coming to meet you,
Mhm.
and even he replied also that
Is it?
he visit
Oh,
the event.
fantastic. How does it feel to meet an author you have read?
It was. I think I was very happy. I can't explain it in the words, but uh,
Okay.
it was my first experience to meet an author. I know that I will surely meet the authors which I am reading in the
Mhm.
coming years. But it was my
Okay.
first experience to meet an author, and I will get to know what if I meet
Mhm.
him again or the other authors which I am reading right now, and what I will talk
Okay.
to him. This was my first experience, so I got
Good.
means I got to know that what we have to do if we meet him again or the other authors.
I want to ask you about the book that you have started, and I think it got a very good response. Please
Yes,
tell us about it.
yes. So if we see that every
Mhm.
society or apartment is having a type of
Mhm.
activities or the small events by the society,
Mhm.
similar way
Okay.
our society was having the event of fun fair. So I had to
Okay.
set up a stall of books.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
exchanged them in 50 rupees, and when the reader
Mhm.
will give it back to me, I will return
Mhm.
him back the 30 rupees, a kind of library.
Okay. Okay.
So
Right.
uh, I till now I have read 21 books. From that
Okay.
14 yes, 14 books were given. My
Mhm.
motive was I want to make other to read the books, and on the stall
Mhm.
I had most of the
Mhm.
books of Sudhamurti, like 75% of the books
Oh,
were of Sudhamurti. So the
oh, okay.
one
Mhm.
who is reading the book but not know about
Mhm.
Sudhamurti, or the Sudhamurti, who is Sudhamurti, or what is Sudhamurti, and what are the books
Right.
of her, the
Mhm.
reader will try to search it on I mean websites or Google, you can
Correct.
say.
Right. Correct. So I think since you read and enjoy, you want others also to read and enjoy
Yes.
and discuss it with you, right?
Yes, actually, there are very less friends who read the book.
Mhm.
My mom reads, but she reads in Marathi, so I like to read the
Okay.
book in English. So I
Hmm.
want something like my level. I mean, of my
Hmm.
age, and who reads in English and who will explain me, and I will explain to
So
him.
what is the name of your book club?
There's not a name, but I just get a book club only. I got a name.
Book club only.
It
Okay.
was my first experience to set up a stall or anything like this.
Okay. So Saksham, how was the experience? Would you do it in the future for in other areas also, like a book club, book stall?
Yes, if I get a chance, I will surely do it. And like
Mhm.
it means in this year, I
Mhm.
kept most of the books of Sudhamurti, as I said. And next year, I will
Mhm.
try to keep more books of means other authors, different authors.
That's a wonderful initiative, and I wish you all the best for that.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me a opportunity.
So thank you, Saksham. Thank you, Saksham. Bye bye, and have a nice day.
Bye.